without any pounding, so you can enjoy fufu without the hassle. So fufu is actually made out of steamed cassava with plantain, which is then pounded together to form a soft, lovely dumpling. This is usually served with either mutton and light soup, which is a spicy tomato-based soup, or ajidechi in my local dialect, which means peanut butter soup, or nkatenkwang. Or, the light soup with chicken is quite varied. You can use lamb, or your palm nut soup as well. Now, this recipe has actually been featured on my cookery show in Dubai Fafa with ABN TV on Sky 235, so do check it out. Okay, so this fufu recipe is actually inspired by my auntie actually gifting me some plantain and cassava. That's, I think, about a year and a half or two ago. And I was like, okay, I live in the UK and I don't have a pestle and mortar because usually the traditional way is to pound it till it's soft and stuff. So how can I do it? And I thought about it and I was like, okay, we use a fufu flour to make our fufu. And I was like, I can mimic that by using the wet ingredients. So it was an experiment that actually worked. And I've never looked back. So I always have my fufu just within about, 10-15 minutes rather than the 45 minutes to an hour. I hope you do enjoy this episode. Thank you. And Happy New Year, by the way. So for the ingredients, you need one large unripened plantain, which is a green one, and some cassava, half a cassava. Peel the cassava and de-string it. So there's a string in the middle there that you actually use your knife to carefully take it out, and then cut into little chunks. Okay. So when you actually peel the unripened plantain, this is what you get inside. And all you just do is just cut into little chunks as well, because I'm just going to be blending it all together later. So place the cassava chunks and the plantain chunks into a blender. Now it's very important that you do invest in a very good blender, either NutriBullet or the Vitamix. I've also been asked if one can actually use cassava dough. Yes, but you need to blend it further because you need a very smooth and silky butter. That's very important, so that when you actually make the fufu, you have a smooth and soft fufu. So it is important. So here I do have my silky smooth batter, and that'll be ready to go on the heat for me to stir. Now you would notice that it's a little bit thicker than usual, but it doesn't matter. You can add a bit of water to it if you wish. But some people like their fufu a little bit firm and others like it soft. So when you start it this way, it means that you can control the texture in the end. So yes, bearing in mind, I've actually, yet again, I'm using one hand with my iPhone, and the other hand is actually doing the stirring. So bear with me with this. But I hope you do get the gist of what I'm actually doing here. So you're actually just preparing the mixture into that sort of a banku mix thing, and you can see that that is forming now. You can see it's thickening up, and that's just beautiful. You see? Now, it is important that you actually keep stirring as well, so they don't have any lumps in it. And as you can see, it's actually just heated up, and look at that texture. That's it. And at this stage, it looks like it's cooked. It's not cooked still, because the cassava and the plantain will be raw, so I need to steam it as well. This has been cooking for about 5 to 6 minutes, and I'm just going to add about 200 milliliters of water, and I'm going to steam this. So I just turn it around a bit, and I'll just cover it and steam it for